Ever wondered who was the most eccentric Roman emperor? Meet Elagabalus, an emperor who took eccentricity to a whole new level. Elagabalus certainly had a flair for the dramatic. His parties were legendary, not for their grandeur, but for their sheer oddness. Imagine, if you will, a banquet where guests dined on camels and ostriches instead of conventional fare. His devotion to his sun-god religion was nothing short of fanatical. He even went as far as to replace Jupiter, the king of the gods, with his own favored deity in the Roman pantheon. But perhaps the most peculiar quirk of Elagabalus was his penchant for the unusual in politics. He once appointed a charioteer, a role typically associated with the lower classes, to a high political office. Elagabalus's eccentricities were not confined to his religious and political life. His personal and sexual life was just as unconventional, if not more so. This young emperor was known for his numerous romantic exploits, with rumors suggesting that his lovers included both men and women. A figure of scandal and intrigue, Elagabalus was said to have married and divorced 5 women during his short reign. But perhaps what shocked Roman society the most was his reported marriage to a man. This was a bold and unprecedented act, even by the standards of Rome's liberal attitudes toward sexuality. This marriage, held in a public ceremony, was not just a personal affair, but a political statement. It was Elagabalus's way of challenging and subverting the traditional norms of Roman society. His sexual behavior, deemed scandalous by his contemporaries, only added to his controversial image. All these eccentricities made Elagabalus one of the most controversial figures in Roman history. And we're just scratching the surface of this fascinating character. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into the life and reign of this extraordinary emperor. But who was Elagabalus before he became the Roman emperor? Let's delve into his upbringing. Born in Emesa, present-day Syria, Elagabalus was named Varius Avitus Bassianus. His family was prominent in the city and served as high priests for the sun god Elagabal, from whom he would later take his name. From an early age, Elagabalus was deeply fascinated with religion and its rituals, an interest that would greatly shape his future. His life took a dramatic turn when his grandmother, Julia Maesa, hatched a plan to make him emperor. She spread rumors that Elagabalus was the illegitimate son of the popular former emperor Caracalla, and at the tender age of 14, Elagabalus was proclaimed emperor of Rome. His rise to power was swift and unexpected, but it was his religious devotion that would later mark his reign as one of the most eccentric in Roman history. This unusual upbringing set the stage for Elagabalus's eccentric reign. Despite his eccentricities, Elagabalus did manage to accomplish a few things during his short reign. His religious reforms were one of the most notable. He introduced the worship of the Syrian sun god, Elagabal, to Rome, and even attempted to make this the chief deity of the Roman pantheon. This was a significant break from traditional Roman religious practices, and it marked a bold attempt to merge Roman and Eastern cultures. Elagabalus's ambition didn't stop at religious reform. He was also a patron of architecture. Under his rule, Rome saw the construction of the Elagabalium, a grand temple dedicated to Elagabal. It was a monumental testament to his devotion to the sun god and his desire to leave an architectural legacy in Rome. Elagabalus's life was short and controversial, but it was also full of surprises. His reign, as eccentric as it was, left a lasting impression on Roman history.